And now let us take a little time to reflect upon this rare and precious life that we have, using the advice of Lama Tsongkhapa for inspiration. This opportune physical form is worth more than a wish-granting gem. You only gain its like the once. So hard to get, so easily destroyed, it's like a lightning bolt in the sky. Contemplate this and you will realize all worldly actions are but wind of chaff, and night and day. You must extract some essence of this life. I, a yogi, practiced in this way. You, wanting liberation, should do the same. Oh yeah. We didn't die last night. We have awakened one more time to this rare and precious human birth favorable to Dharma practice. It's incredibly rare, incredibly precious, and just to remind everyone, Dharma practice is not necessarily Buddhist practice. Buddhists do not have the monopoly on reality. Dharma means basically the truth and the teachings, practices, realizations that unveil the truth. And we have such a life that has, well, Dharma. Access to teachings, practices, wisdom that help us engage in life accurately in ways that identify and clarify true causes of suffering, true causes of happiness and well-being. This is, again, not unique in the sense of just Buddha Dharma. That's how you say Buddha Dharma, and be the Buddhist practices and teachings that lead to this understanding, this realization, which ultimately leads to freedom, to liberation. But you will find such wisdom in the great classic philosophers of old and in other religious traditions and spiritual traditions, philosophers who look deeply to understand the very nature of our experience mentally, emotionally, experientially. And what we're going to find is, regardless of tradition, the vast majority of our mental and emotional suffering arises within our own minds, based on how we relate to and perceive what we're experiencing. The father of Western psychology, William James. What we attend to becomes our reality, and the biggest antidote to stress, worry, and fear is our ability to choose one thought over another. Now, this doesn't mean there's not pain in the world. It doesn't mean that there isn't hardship. It points to the saying that we hear frequently, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. I woke up today, actually, at 2:30 a.m. with a deep sadness and very alert. And it was time to get up. Normally I get up at 4, but there was an urgency. The urgency wasn't quite clear initially. I mean, I knew it had something to do with the state of affairs in the world and all the suffering that is taking place and impending suffering that's coming. And there was a deep sadness, but also an energy, an alertness, an urgency. And it's summed up, I think, in this verse. This opportune physical form is worth more than a wish-granting gem. You only gain its like the once. So hard to get, so easily destroyed. It's like a lightning bolt in the sky. But right now, I and you have this rare and precious human birth favorable to Dharma practice, this opportune physical form worth more than a wish-granting gem. In other words, we have the inner resources, the wisdom, the guidance to develop ourselves, to have purpose and meaning in our lives, to be of benefit to others. And that's much more important than a wish-granting gem, which just provides you whatever you want. What the world needs right now is our wisdom, our compassion, our loving kindness, our skillful methods and means, to engage with others in ways that are productive and meaningful, to bring some light, the light of kindness, our innate goodness into the world and into our interactions with others. And here it says we gain this light. The once, this situation, this day comes only once. Our lives will come and go, our days will come and go, and we have this opportunity called today. It's filled with treasure of virtue and wisdom that we can cultivate and provide to others. We contemplate this and we'll realize all worldly actions are but winnowed chaff. How much of our life have we spent just chasing worldly things that at the end of the day won't really matter much when we die? How much of our life have we extracted some essence of this life, engaged in things that are purposeful, meaningful, fulfilling? Well, here's a reminder to not waste this day, but to extract some essence, to live with purpose and meaning, to bring virtue into the world. And to remember what's really meaningful. Are you engaged with dear friends that you have, family? Are we engaged in giving people our attention? Are we distracted, caught up in despair? Are we, when we're struggling, reaching out and finding help? And when people reach out for help, are we there to help them? These are things that I think will matter most. So the inspiration today, whether one finds themselves Buddhist or not, is timeless. That we have overcome everything that's ever been thrown at us, and the teachings and resources are available to us for our inner resiliency, growth, and purpose. To be helpful, to be kind, to make a difference in the world. And that just begins with attending to the people in front of us with skillful means, with attention, with compassion and understanding, and that passionate desire to be the difference we want to see in the world. All right, well, it's a little longer than normal, but as I said, I woke up with a mission. I do believe. Let's be that difference we want to see in the world. Let's be an example of it. Let's bring some light into the struggle.